What's up, everybody? Yeah, here we are. And I got one question for you. One question, and that is, are you ready to party? Because today, ladies and gentlemen, the very first episode on this channel, Radical Rockin' Record Reviews with Mick Watkins, bassist of Wyld, Ryde. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Got the tunes blasted. And in case you're wondering, that's my band Wyld Ryde right there with our debut EP, City Streets. Check it out. Spotify, Amazon, blah, blah, blah. All your favorite streaming services. And soon we will have a Bandcamp up. And this bitch right here, this CD, it will be available on that Bandcamp. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I got you all here for one reason. And one reason only. And that's to talk about music. And today, since this is the very first episode, I didn't want to do anything that was really long. I didn't want to do anything that was extremely taxing. I was wanting to do a review of a discography of one of my favorite bands that, you know, is actually kind of smaller. Smaller meaning like, I think, 9 studio albums. So that's what we're going to do today, ladies and gentlemen. But check this out. Got my signature Little Kings out there. Check it out. Got some Little Kings. Not only do we have the Little Kings, check it out. Hang on. Let's go for a quick, we think I can chug the rest of that? I don't know. Let's see. All right, party on, guys. Here we go to drinks and good times. Check it out. One down. Maybe more to go. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna pour me a little shot real quick. Check this out. Got some Jim Beam Red Stag going down the hatch right now. Oh, look at that. Here we go. Already got the shot poured, baby. So here you go, guys. Here's cheers to all my rock and roll and heavy metal friends out there. Cheers, guys. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about, baby. All right, so here we go, guys. Cheers to Red Stag. Delicious, delicious. So now we're in the mood. I'm going to take off the shades. Got the shades up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to talk about, like I said, I was wanting to do my first review on a discography that is not very long. The first one I actually thought of doing was going to be Alice Cooper. And I was like, dude, no way. Alice Cooper's discography is way too long. Way too much. So I thought about going with one of my other favorite bands of all time. A band that is, a lot of people hate them. I think most of the time they're either a love them or hate them kind of group. And in this case, you know, I totally love this band and I don't give 2 fucks what you think. I don't care. I don't care because I love this band. And if you look behind me, I'm talking about none other than these guys right here. Vince Neil, Mick Mars, Tommy Lee, and Nikki Sixx, otherwise known as Mötley Crüe, ladies and gentlemen. And today, I thought that I would go through my ranking. And I thought this would be good because I'm going to kick off the show and this channel with a review of a band that I love. And a ranking of their releases that I think is gonna maybe piss a lot of fans off, gonna piss a lot of people off because it's such a varied discography. So without further ado, I think they have 9 albums. What I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to count down worst to best, my least favorite to favorite of the Mötley Crüe discography right here, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on. But before I do that, time to bust open a second Little Kings, one of my favorite adult beverages, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out. Rock and roll, baby. Here we go. So here we go, guys. Second Little Kings down the hatch. Got a shot of Red Stag going on. Got another Little King going on back, baby. Check it out. Here we go. All right. Time for the review. Mötley Crüe, worst to best albums. Here we go. In my opinion, Mick Watkins, bassist of the rock and roll heavy metal band Wyld Ryde. Check it out. Now, my least favorite Mötley Crüe album. I know, already kicking this shit off with some controversy. I already know. I mean, everything that surrounds this band is controversy. From the band members to the story of the group, all the way down to their fans. I mean, this is a band that thrives on controversy and decadence, blah, blah, blah. You know the story. So my least favorite Mötley Crüe album. Now, let me go ahead and say this. I love all the Mötley Crüe records. I do. I love them. I've been a big fan. I've been a huge fan of the Crüe since Generation Swine era in '97. That's whenever I first got into the Crüe. And I'll tell you a quick story how I got into Mötley. I remember it was the summer of 1997. I was off school, spring break, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I was hanging out over at my dad's house. And my dad had this huge giant stereo system in this house in the basement. And I used to just thumb through his CDs all the time. I used to thumb through his CDs. I mean, let's see. This point, I was a huge Kiss fan. Kiss was my world. Still are. Duh, obviously. Look around me. But anyway, like, Kiss was my complete world. And I was a big Alice Cooper fan. I loved, let's see what else. God. Alice Cooper. You know, Marilyn Manson. Huge fan then. And then I was looking through my dad's, let's see, his collection. And I ran across this CD. Right here. It is called The Masters of Metal, Wreaking Havoc, 1975 to 1985, Volume 2. And look at that. If you can read this, track number 2, Mötley Crüe, Too Young to Fall in Love, of this CD, excuse me. I first heard this, and that song blew me away. Blew me away. I said, what, Mötley Crüe? It's like, this is crazy. And then I started noticing that, you know, the Metal Edge that I was buying, because each month I was always buying Metal Edge magazines and shit. You know, I was like, there's Mötley Crüe, that's those guys. And then from then on, you know, I just started getting their albums, dude, with Generation Swine, Theater of Pain. Those are the first ones I think I got. And it's just been a love affair. Well, a love-hate affair since. But anyway, let's get down to the rankings, guys. I'm not going to babble on too much. So here we go. One more toast. Like I said, I think they have 9 albums. My least favorite, coming at you. Wow! Right here, my least favorite. I know this is going to piss some people off. People are going to be like, probably Johnny Voken. Luscious Johnny V is going to be like, what? Mick, you're crazy. You guys are nuts. Well, guys, maybe because it's Burnout Factor. Maybe because a lot of this just sounds like, I don't know, cheesy, late 80s. There you go, late 80s, hard rock, glam metal. I don't know, guys. This was tough to do, and I think I narrowed it down to my least favorite Mötley Crüe album. And this is one that I think it's mostly based on Burnout Factor. But this is one that I don't ever reach for when I want to jam some Mötley in the car. I want to jam some Mötley in the house like I'm doing right now, and I'm listening to Wild Ride. I think this is the album that I go to probably the least. And this is none other than 1989's Dr. Feelgood. Check it out. Yeah. Like I said, I love all the Mötley records. I love all the Mötley records. They're all cool. But this one I just think is, I think it's the worst, dude. I mean, to me, this album, it's good. Has a solid-ass production. Probably the best production on a Mötley release. I mean, of course, it's produced by Bob Rock, who, I mean, you know, like what he's done in the past with certain bands, you know, but I think he did an excellent job with this. This has one of the greatest drum sounds of any album I've ever heard in my life. Excuse me. But, I mean, really just the songs. I mean, it's got, you know, the title track. Excellent song. Dr. Feelgood, excellent song. Slice of Your Pie. Rattlesnake Shake. Skid Rows is way better. Kickstart My Heart. Awesome. Without You. Cool Ballad. Awesome. Same Old Situation. Cool song, cool song. Dude, one of my favorite tracks. She's so sticky, she's so sticky sweet. Yeah. Sticky Sweet's cool, I love that. She Goes Down is cool, but my favorite song, and honestly one of my favorite Mötley Crüe songs of all time, Girl Don't Go Away Mad, Just Go Away. So yeah, this is my least favorite Mötley Crüe album. Not saying it's horrible, not saying it sucks, but it's just my least favorite, guys. If you disagree, I'm sorry. We all have different opinions, like assholes. We all got one. So check this out. Mötley Crüe Dr. Feelgood coming in as my least favorite Mötley release. Coming up next, oh man. And we take another quick swig of some good old Little Kings, baby. All right, good stuff. Coming in, number 8. Another one of my least favorite Mötley records. People are going to be like, dude, you are fucking nuts. You're not right, man. A lot of you aren't going to agree with me because a lot of you all think that their 80s material is just completely untouchable. And a lot of people think that after the 80s, they didn't really make that great of music. And I totally disagree because I like some of their later stuff from the 90s on much better than I do records like this. 1987's Girls, Girls, Girls. Check it out on vinyl. Original copy. Yeah, Girls, Those Girls, man. Good album. Showing a bit of, I think, the bluesier side of Mötley. I think it's kind of more of a bluesy. It's kind of got like a lot of influence of like 50s rock and roll. I mean, it makes sense because they cover Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock. But I hear a lot of 50s rock and roll influence on this, on certain tracks. And I don't know, I mean, it's a good record. I mean, I love it. It's good. Like I said, I love all the Mötley albums. I mean, it's got some killer fucking classic, legendary songs, such as Wyld Side, Girls, 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 Dancing on Glass. I love Dancing on Glass, dude. Bad Boy Boogie, it's okay. Nona, it's okay. 5 Years Dead, pretty cool. All in the Name of Rock and Roll. Yeah. Awesome song. Something for Nothing's cool. You're All I Need, pretty cool. And Jailhouse Rock, completely not needed. So anyway, guys, coming in at number 8, 1987's Girls, Girls, Girls. Whoa, yeah! Check it out. All right, so now here's one that's going to be controversial because some people, man, check us out. Some people either say this is their absolute best album, or some people actually say it's their absolute worst. And to me, it's middle of the pack. I love it. I love this record. And it's different, though. It's different. I do have to say, as being a hardcore Mötley Crüe fan, that when you're in the mood, or let me speak for myself, when I'm in the mood to crank some Mötley, this isn't the first album that I reach for. It's not, because it doesn't really have that true Mötley Crüe rock and roll, have fun, live free, kick-ass spirit and vibe to it. It's a lot darker. It's a lot darker and a lot more serious. But nonetheless, it's a rockin' ass album, and I love it. And I don't have it on vinyl because the vinyl's extremely expensive. Nikki Sixx, their management, whoever, you guys need to reissue the rest of the Mötley Crüe catalog on vinyl. This is bullcrap. But anyway, guys, going up next was at number 7, none other than the 1994 Mötley Crüe release. And check that out. Also, if you look close, autographed by none other than lead singer John Corabi. I met him, a couple years ago, 2018, when I saw the Dead Daisies playing. I actually got to hang out with the band most of the day and got to hang out with Mr. Corabi and got him to autograph this. So check it out, the dude. Great record. Heavy stuff. Power to the Music is amazing. Hooligan's Holiday is great. Misunderstood. Love Shines, kind of got like a Led Zeppelin 3 kind of folky kind of vibe. I love it, dude. Smoke the Sky rocks, killer. But my favorite song on this album, absolutely, and I think it's the one that has closest to the classic Mötley Crüe sound, would definitely be Poison Apples. Good album, good heavy, dark record. Totally fits the mid-90s and vibe. Like, you look at this cover, and to me that just screams like 1994 and shit. So, good album, man. Autographed by John Corabi. Cool stuff. Mötley Crüe, my number 7. So here you go, coming in at number 6. Now I know a lot of people, like, I mean, again, like, I can pretty much say this for most of the Crüe albums. Hang on, guys. Gotta get a drink of Little Kings. That's some good shit, dude. You guys gotta try some Low Kings. It's the official sponsor of Radical Rockin' Record Reviews, right here. Might get another shot, hang on. So I'm gonna fill this up with some Jim Beam Red Stag, another delicious drink. Check it out. Alright, dude, check it out, check it out, check it out. We're going, dude, we're gonna pot it down. Whoa, yeah, baby. Alright, so here, guys. Cheers, guys. Cheers to Mötley Crüe, cheers to rock and roll, cheers to friends, and fuck the coronavirus. Here we go, guys. Bottoms up. Bottoms up! Whoa. Good stuff. Alright, so yeah. Number 6 on my list. Here we go. Like I said, another controversial pick. A lot of people hate this, man. A lot of people hate this album, and I do not understand why. To me, I think this is the band kind of getting back at the classic sound of the band, man. I think this, even though a lot of the band members, the classic band members, Mick Mars, Tommy Lee, Vince Neil, didn't really do a lot of songwriting on this, which right there, you should know exactly what album I'm talking about. But I think it has close to that classic Mötley Crüe sound with a more of a modern edge, or at least a modern edge in 2008. So that leaves me to say, I'm talking about coming in at number 6. Excuse me, once again. Coming in at number 6, 2008's Saints of Los Angeles, dude. I really do think this is a good album. I know a lot of people hate it. A lot of people hate this album because they think it's more like a 6 a.m. record. And I don't really, honestly, I don't really think it sounds too much like 6 a.m. I've heard most of the 6 a.m. stuff, and I'm not a fan. I don't like 6 a.m. But to me, this is, I mean, yes, it's written by DJ Ashba and, what's the guy? Michael, fuck, I don't know. I can't remember his name. John Michael, with the Heartbreak Kid, John Michaels, I don't know his name. But anyway, guys, even though it's written by Nikki Sixx and the two dudes in 6 a.m., it's still got that Mötley Crüe spirit. It still has Mick Mars' killer-ass guitar tone. It's got some shredding leads on it. It's got Tommy Lee's bombastic fucking drums. And it's got Vince Neil at the mic. And I really do think Vince Neil's singing is good on this. I really, really dig this album. I mean, the title track, Saints of Los Angeles. Killer, classic Mötley Crüe song, dude. Killer classic. It's got some other great highlights like Down with the Whiskey, Motherfucker of the Year. The Animal in Me is even a pretty cool song, dude. And probably my favorite track on this album, besides the title track, Saints of Los Angeles, is Just Another Psycho, man. I think it's a really cool song. I really dig this album. Wish I could have seen them on this tour, but I didn't get to. So, yeah. 2008's Saints of Los Angeles. Good shit. Ow. So here we are, guys. We're getting into my top 5 Mötley Crüe, and this is where it's going to get really controversial. If you've been with me the whole time, you know which ones are left. You know which ones are left, dude. Come on. You know which ones are left, but you got to figure out what order they're in. Which everybody, I mean, come on. Everybody knows what the first two are, what's number 1 and what's number 2. But you don't know which ones are in there. What order they're in, though. You don't know. You don't know. So anyway, number 5, guys. This is my entry level to Mötley Crüe, like I said earlier. I think it's again, I really, really like this record. It gets slagged by a lot of people. I see it all the time on lots of lists on the internet by the worst albums of all time. And I don't really get it. I don't really understand it at all. But here it is. I mean, okay, it does have one of the worst songs ever in rock and roll history, Brandon. Okay, Brandon sucks. Brandon is a embarrassment. And Tommy Lee, what were you thinking, dude? That's not a good idea. I mean, it's got some clunkers on it, dude, but like overall, I really dig the kind of violent, sludgy, industrial, dark kind of vibe of this album, dude. I just dig it. I mean, to me, this album is the closest that they got back to kind of getting that Shout at the Devil kind of vibe and spirit. You know, the whole anarchy of Knock 'em Dead Kid and Red Hot and 10 Seconds to Love. That whole energy and vibe, I think, is alive and well on this. Coming in number 5, none other than 1997's Generation Swine. Check it out. There you go. Wow, check it out. Generation Swine, dude. What can I say? I'm probably one of the 3 people on this earth that would probably rank it this high. I mean, I know a buddy of mine, he's known as John Bon Jovi, Jelly D, Joseph Barnes. He really likes this album, and I mean, it might just be me and him that really like Generation Swine, but I just think it's an excellent record, dude. I really do. I mean, I'm not really that crazy about Brandon. I'm not really crazy about Nikki Sixx's wannabe David Bowie song, Rocket Ship. But I mean, other than that, it's got some cool shit on it, dude. Find Myself, it's cool. It's got lots of punk rock, snotty kind of fuck you vibe too. It's really cool. Afraid, dude. Mötley Crüe classic, man. Come on. The title track, Generation Swine, is really cool. It's got a punk rock edge to it. Favorite track is probably Beauty. I love cool drum effects, cool bass sound, and glitter, dude. I know a lot of people like that is the gayest sounding shit. Dude, no. Glitter is an excellent ballad, and I love it. It's got some cheesy cornball lyrics in it. Let's make a baby inside of you. I mean, whatever, dude. It's cool. It's cool. So, number 5, 1997's Generation Swine. Check it out. All right, leading in, number 4. Number 4. This album right here was the soundtrack. To my majority of my high school years. You know, I had lots of great times with this album. The time reading about this album in Metal Edge and on the internet from when this was coming out. And during this time, you know, it was just, a lot was riding on this album for me as a Mötley Crüe fan, you know. On the radio and on MTV, and all your friends were listening to this bullshit, this new metal garbage with fucking Limp Bizkit and Disturbed and Papa Roach and Korn, all this rap rock crap, and I would not have any of it. I was not a fan of it at all. I couldn't stand it. And this album to me was pure salvation during this rough period in rock history, rock and metal history. And this album right here was my salvation. It was, dude, I had lots of good parties, lots of good times listening to this album. At number 4, coming at you, 2000's New Tattoo. Even without Tommy Lee on drums, because he sold out, he ditched Mötley, wanted to be a rapper, of course. He's a fucking trend-chasing bitch boy. You know, even without Tommy Lee, they got Ozzy Osbourne, former Ozzy Osbourne drummer, Randy Castillo. Amazing drummer. Rest in peace, Randy. And they churned out this. This album's not perfect. It's not perfect at all. It has some clunkers. I know First Band on the Moon gets a lot of slack, gets a lot of flack. And yeah, you know, musically, I think it's a badass song. Lyrically, it's okay. The chorus, even if we're out of tune, First Band on the Moon, cheesy as shit. Okay, not really that crazy about that, but as just the song itself, I dig it, man. Cool music, cool verse lyrics, you know. The chorus could have been better, but dude, First Band on the Moon, not bad, not bad, musically. Musically, don't start roasting me and shit. And the song Porno Star, I cannot stand. I don't really like that. But dude, other than that, man, Treat Me Like the Dog I Am, cool stuff, dude. Drag Strip Superstar is awesome. She Meets Rock and Roll, classic Mötley. The song Fake, dude, come on. You're a dirty little bastard, fake. You're on so plastered. Dude, killer stuff. And my all-time favorite Mötley Crüe song right here, none other than Hell on High Hills, dude. Features my favorite Mick Mars solo. Oh man, I love it, dude. That song, classic Mötley. My favorite Mötley Crüe song ever. It's true, it's true, it's true. But yeah, man, killer album. And I do really think this album features my favorite Mick Mars guitar solos, dude. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I think the band was on fire here with Tommy leaving. I think they were really influenced, and they had a lot of fire in them to deliver such a kick-ass rock and roll record. And honestly, I think this was the last time Mötley Crüe really sounded like Mötley Crüe. Like I said earlier on, Saints of Los Angeles has that cool Mötley Crüe classic vibe. But this album is even more though. This is like, you know, this could have been the better follow-up to Dr. Feelgood, honestly. This should have followed up Feelgood. Blah, 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 blah. New Tattoo coming in number 4, guys. Solid release that if you kind of shit on it, you kind of, I don't know, not really dug it, give it another chance, man. Have you a couple drinks, have you a couple smokes, whatever you do, check this out, dude. Here you go. So now that leads down to number 3. You know which ones it is. But what order are they gonna be in? Well, coming in number 3, another album that is fucking hated and just shit on by a lot of people, probably most people. I don't get the hate of that either. We're talking about 1985, Theater of Pain. Yeah, dude. I think Theater of Pain's awesome. Now, I can imagine you go from Shout at the Devil with the pentagram and the leather and chains and the spikes and Red Hot and Bastard, Knock 'em Dead, Get 10 Seconds to Love, and you get to Theater of Pain. Okay, yeah. It's got some pink. It's got some... Dude, but, I mean, you know, Vince Neil's wearing chicks' clothes and shit. They're all kind of glammy looking, but, dude, I mean, yes, it's not as good as the first 3. It's not. But it still has that early to mid-'80s classic Mötley Crüe sound. I mean, City Boy Blues, okay tune. Smoking in the Boys Room, okay tune. Louder Than Hell, dude. Best track on this album. Of course, it was a Shout the Devil left over. Louder Than Hell's cool shit, dude. Keep Your Eye on the Money's awesome. Home Sweet Home is awesome. One of my other favorite tracks, Tonight We Need a Lover Tonight. Tonight we need a lover. Dude, love it. Raise Your Hands to Rock. Summertime was always right. Just me and you. Oh, I love it, dude. Love it. Save Our Souls. Killer stuff. I know it's not as good as the first 3, but in my opinion, this album is better than anything that came after it. Yes, even the 94 album. I know, I'm crazy. I'm crazy! Maybe a little bit. But it's all just my opinion, guys. You don't have to agree. You just gotta watch. Check it out. Number 3, Theater of Pain. So number 2. What is it gonna be? Number 2. You all think you know what it is, but you really don't. In my opinion, the second best Mötley Crüe record is none other than 1983's Shout at the Devil, dude. This album is a full-on masterpiece, no doubt about it. An early 80s heavy metal masterpiece. This album is perfect. 5 out of 5 stars. If you disagree, you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. You're wrong. You're wrong, dude. Wrong. This album's amazing. Down to the cool-ass pentagram on the front. Got the badass fucking picture on the back. Man, Mötley Crüe is just... Mötley Crüe should have stayed on track with this. They should have. They had something going with those first 2 records. I don't know if it was the drugs or whatever that got to them. They kind of... Maybe the rest of it was a response to Razzle's car wreck. I don't know. The controversy around that. But dude, Shout the Devil, complete masterpiece. One of my favorite albums of all time. Shout the Devil, Looks That Kill, Bastard, Knock 'em Dead Kid. Fucking dude. God Bless the Children of the Beast, Helter Skelter, Red Hot, Knock 'em Dead Kid, 10 Seconds to Love, Too Young to Fall in Love, Danger, you're in danger and the boys are around. Dude, killer. I remember the first time I got this album. I remember I was like 14 years old. I remember my mom took me to get it, and we had to stop and get gas at Bigfoot gas station. And I remember when she was inside getting some groceries and paying for gas, I was in the car and I had the CD version, not the record. But I remember like reading in the booklet about how, what does it say? It says, caution, this album may, was it contained backwards You know, I just thought that was the coolest thing. And I was reading about, you know, the lyrics and all the seasons of the weather, be strong and deliver, be strong. Life and I was just reading the lyrics, and I was reading this shit about this album was recorded on Budweiser, Ludes, Krell, and Jack Daniels. Just, this was magical shit, dude. And I went home completely freaked out, spooked out. I remember it was the, if I actually recall, it was the night before the first day of my 9th grade freshman year. And I remember that night just being completely in love with this record. So there you go. Number 2, Mötley Crüe's 1983 heavy metal masterpiece, Shout at the Devil. So that only leaves one more release. One more release. I'm gonna crack open. Got a Coors Light going on for you guys. Check it out. Cheers, guys. Last album, you know what it is. Oh, that's good shit. My absolute favorite Mötley Crüe album. I mean, you can't go wrong with either of these first two. 1982 or 1981. 1981 leather release. 1982 is when Elektra released it. My absolute sorry, Vince, didn't mean to touch you there, buddy. But my favorite Mötley Crüe release, 1982, is Too Fast for Love, dude. This album is just straight up a good mixture of like hard rock, heavy metal, early 80s heavy metal, glam rock, 70s glam, power pop, 70s power pop, like Cheap Trick and the Raspberries and shit. This album is like Shout the Devil. It's perfection. It's absolute perfection. It's just a killer release. I mean, fucking dude, Livewire. Livewire. I love Come On and Dance. You know, with Public Enemy #1, Merry Go Round. Probably my favorite song. Take me to the top. Take me to the top and hold me out. Dude, Take Me to the Top rocks. Piece of Your Action. Starry eyes. I think that's Luscious Johnny V's favorite Mötley Crüe song. If I'm mistaken, sorry, Johnny, but I could have swore that was your favorite. Starry eyes. Dude, such a good album. And as a bass player, you know, I know Nikki Sixx gets a lot of flack for his bass playing skills. He's not the greatest bass player, but his bass playing is very servicing to what Mötley Crüe's songs need and what the style of the band is. You know, Mötley Crüe doesn't need no funky ass slap bass and shit. You know, and Nikki Sixx holds down the low end very well, and I absolutely love his playing on this album. I mean, this is a huge album. This album is a huge influence on my bass playing ever since I was a teenager. You know, huge influence on my bass playing. And whenever I am writing songs with the band Wyld, which you need to check out, whenever I'm coming up with bass licks and bass parts, this album is almost like a Bible of, you know, of influence for me. Huge album for me, guys. Coming in #1, Mötley Crüe, Too Fast for Love. So let's recount. #1, Too Fast for Love. #2, Shout at the Devil. #3, Theater of Pain. #4, New Tattoo. #5, I know a lot of you people are like, fuck you, Mick, Generation Swine. #6, We Are the Saints of Los Angeles. #7, Mötley Crüe album. I know a lot of you people are like, oh, you're fucking stupid. Ah! Hey, it's my opinion. #8, Girls Those Girls. And last but not least, #9. Again, this album doesn't suck. It's just my least favorite. 1989's Dr. Feelgood. Alright, so guys, thank you all for joining me. My name is Mick Watkins, bass player of the rock and roll band Wyld Ryde. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Official Wyld Ryde. Thank you all for joining me on the first episode of Radical Rockin' Record Reviews with Mick. So until next time, until we meet again, guys, cheers. Let's have one more drink of Coors Light. One more drink. Toast, guys. Bottoms up, in the words of good old DRL, David Lee Roth. And you know what? I'll even do one more shot of Red Stag with you guys. Check it out. Cool. So guys, once again, thank you all for joining me on this journey. And, you know, coming up soon, you know, we're going to have other reviews. I plan on doing an Alice Cooper review. Plan on doing a Kiss review I did. Let's see, back it was I think it was Halloween. I did the whole 20 album of the Kiss discography from worst to best. And I'm going to do it again, the revised version, here on Radical Rockin' Record Reviews on YouTube, guys. So, without further ado, guys, peace, love, rock and roll. You guys are awesome. Fuck coronavirus. I hope everybody stays safe. And enjoy your night with your loved ones and your friends. Cheers, guys. Until next time, this is Mick, bassist for Wyld Ryde, saying, bottoms up! Yeah! Peace, guys. Rock and roll. See ya.